Okay, my goal, I've been trying and struggling to find the right money clip pocket knife. There's some of them out there that are like $200. I'm just not willing to spend that much. And even those, I feel like I'd be compromised. This is the most expensive one I've gotten so far. This is the SOG. It was okay. I'll show you in a sec what my problem was. This one is one I had for a while. It was good, except it only held like 3 cards and a couple bills, and I added washers to it to do that. Without the washers in there, I don't know if you can see that, without those washers in there, it hardly, you could see it just doesn't really hold the money, doesn't fit. I'm torquing it and it doesn't work. So that one was out. Plus it's one-sided. Not a bad blade, but it's a little dull all the time, even when I sharpen it. I got this one. This was a sort of a novelty thing I picked up. I like the concept of this one. I felt it needed to be longer. I wish it was, because although it's really hard to get in when you got money on the outside. But this sticks out so far past. This had a similar thing. It stuck out a little bit past, but not bad. This one works well if you put it on the side. But again, it's like a pain to get anything in it, because you've got to like start it and then get, so that obviously wasn't, the knife itself is sort of cool. It's a little flip assist, and then I had it specially engraved, so, but the knife doesn't work great. The mechanism to release the blade is really tough. I always also felt a little bit of concern that I'd have it in my pocket and the thing would pop out like that and poke me, so, like that. So then I actually invested in this. This is like $35 on Amazon. Really thought this was going to be the one, and it's pretty good. It goes in good. I like the length of it. I just really don't like how this sticks past. It's low profile, which is nice. These are not low profile. This one was really thick. This one is pretty low profile, but it doesn't hold enough. And you can see this holds this much, and actually I have a little bit extra space in there, so if I wanted one more card, I could do one more card or a couple more bills. But it just is real loose. And a lot of times you go to grab it and it's a sideways, and what it's doing is rubbing on the cards and it's wearing them off. So that's not good. The blade itself is pretty nice. It does hold a fairly sharp edge. The close mechanism is pretty good. Putting it back in is okay. I actually modified and bent this a little bit more than it was, but it always takes a little bit. So my last attempt here, and I think it's going to be good, but it's going to take some work. It's got tape on there. Always good to have a pocket knife handy, hence the reason I'm doing this. So this was $6 off of Amazon. So it has this aluminum cover. It's a decent little blade. Feels like it needs a little bit of grease or something, or to be worked a little bit. For just needs to be sharpened as well. Just an old box opener, letter opener, that type of thing, small things you do. This would work. So for $6.50, what I did is I bought it, and this was it, and then I modified it. You can see some of the things I changed. The thickness of the clip. I reduced this filler by about half. I used a file on that, and so far I really am happy with this. This holds what I typically carry. Goes in fairly quick, goes in tight, holds the bills, holds the cards. This is actually my son's amount of stuff. I carry 3 cards and 3 to 4 bills is what I typically carry. If I got more than that, I get rid of some. He doesn't carry any bills, so he only carries cards, but I wanted to show it with bills so you can see it. So he carries this exact amount right here, It's decent. It's doesn't really shift too much. If you try to add one more card, or you try to do it out of the box, so if I take this and I try to use this amount, what happens? You can see it doesn't go in nice. Try to get it in, it's way too tight. One side can go, because this side can compress with the blade opening, but this side can't. So it doesn't really work. You gotta have to remove a card, and now you're down one of the things you need. This is the end. I took this off, and I'll show how I did this. I'll try to take you through the journey. Space in there, goes in nice and quick. It's easy to use. I actually put my bills, have that available to pop that in. There you go, you got your money clip. So let's take this and make this be like this. You can also see I also ground that down a little bit too, that little nub. I have no intention of keeping this, so if it's bent a little bit, yeah, it's just glued on. You can see the glue holding it. I can clean it up later. You can see you can scrape it off and then work it and it'll come off. So just take a little bit. A goop off or something might work too, but so I've got a little screw there. Little spacer nut, so now I can scrape that off much easier. Get the blade out. Okay, so I got a little bit of oil in there, and it's got a washer on one side. I can see another washer in here. Side. These are not flat. I gotta grind those down a little bit too, because when you're putting your money clip in, I don't want it to hit that and scratch all the time. And it might scratch some of it, but remember, this is underneath the belt clip. Plus it's gonna be what's in your credit cards or other things go. Let's go with a finer. This is a touch finer. I'm doing this a little different than I did the last one. I actually took the last one, I took this apart. I'm trying not to take that apart. I'm trying to remember, what did I do to file this so it was nice? Alright, let's try something else. Okay, way better. So, oh, that screw came loose. Let's take a look at that. I will tighten that back up when I, should I do that now? I think I gotta go in and do that now. I don't want to have an issue, but you're not going to see these scratches. This is going to be underneath you. Anything you put in here, the money clip's going to be in there. So I'll be right back with my screwdriver it appears like this is totally stripped, and they put some glue or putty in there, and that's what held it. Because this one's nice and tight. This one is just spinning. So the first one I had did not do that. Doesn't have any thread at all. So I have to put something in there to hold that. I don't think a Loctite is going to be enough. Wow, it's just so loose. I did not have that issue on the previous one. So I have this. I might mix up just a touch and put it in there, and then put that in and let it cure. And then I can start grinding this down. Then I'll leave this in just like it is. This is nice and smooth. Leave this in, and as I grind this to make this thinner, more thin, it will, how horrible is that? You know, that'll hold it in place. So you won't be able to take this off anymore, obviously, but mixed up a little teeny bit, put it in there with a toothpick. And what to do in the meantime? I could grind this nub down. So, yeah, it's good. I hold it like that and hold it in there. I could grind across that. I don't know how I'm going to actually use a file on this. I'm starting to think it might be better to use the grinding wheel like I did the stud. Work that back and forth and pull it off. I think that's gonna work. I'm gonna try that. But again, I gotta let that cure. What's the directions say on it? Can be sanded or machined in 16 hours. So I'm gonna be filing for a while. Ooh, that's getting hot. I gotta get some water. Yep, I like it. All right. So now I'm going to clamp it back and file it just a touch. Against another flat piece of metal. You'll see that seam. But it's very slight right now. Pretty sharp. It's not great, but it's that's better. I do believe that's better. Much better. All right. No, that's not going to work. Okay. So that's fine. See if this will hold, not be too long. Have some cash and very tight, but still pulls apart fairly easy. Yeah, that works. Just needs a little bit extra for the width of what you're putting in it. It's super low profile. Gives you the pocket knife. It's handy. Yep. There you go. Bye-bye.